Hey, 800th video, what's up? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite books and movies, and um, this is my 800th video. Hip hip hooray! And I decide to do something important for my 800th video, and I'm going to just review Harry Potter movies. Because why not? I've been waiting to review Harry Potter movies for a while now, but back in the days, I don't have that many subscribers, so if I do these reviews, nobody will really watch them. But now I have like 111, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, let's talk about Harry Potter. So I've seen all the Harry Potter movies like a few years ago. I finished watching all the Harry Potter movies after I watched Harry Potter's and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 in the theaters. So I was pretty caught up, but I wasn't caught up with the books at all. I'm not a huge bookworm guy, but you have to admit Harry Potter book series, it's a classic. What J.K. Rowling had created is truly influential and impactful. And I just realized that I forgot to say this movie's title. So today I'm going to review the first Harry Potter movie, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. But in the book, it's Philosopher's Stone, but for some reason, it is changed to Sorcerer's Stone. So, I'm a huge fan of Harry Potter, the franchise, the world. It's fantastic. It truly is fantastic, like fantasy fantastic. And it's been a long time since I have rewatched these movies, so I'm not 100% uh, clear with all the concepts in Harry Potter as in this moment because it's been a while. But still, a lot of the concepts and lore in Harry Potter still stick to my head after I watch it because it's just so memorable. So, the first movie, I don't want to spend the entire video talking about the plot of the movie, summarizing, but I'm gonna try to do it real quick, just real quick. We have the character of Harry Potter, son of James and Lily Potter, and they are killed by a super old evil wizard called Voldemort, or he who should not be named. And so Harry Potter had the scar because Voldemort didn't kill Harry Potter on that night, and so his parents were dead, and he was given to the Dursleys to be taken care of. The Dursleys are basically their uh, Harry Potter's aunt's family, and they're terrible. They're a terrible family. They're spoiling their fat kid, and they are mistreating Harry Potter. They make Harry Potter sleep under the stairs, and they always mistreat him, give him less food, always yell at him. And then Harry Potter had reached the age that he can enter Hogwarts, the secondary school now. So letters started to storm into the house, but the family, they hated magic. So they tried to keep Harry Potter away from all this magical letters appearing, telling Harry Potter to go to the school. And at one point, Hagrid, the giant, came to pick up Harry Potter and took him to school. And so he entered the school and he met with Rupert Grint, who plays Ron Weasley. We have Hermione, who is played by Emma Watson. And Harry Potter is played by Daniel Radcliffe, of course. And they took a train from this 9 3/4 platform and this secret magical train to the school, and then they had to cross some lake or something. And we have this huge, very old, majestic, grand school. It's like a castle, but way greater. And it's Hogwarts. The school principal or headmaster is Albus Dumbledore. He's great, and we also have a bunch of many different professors in there, and each one of them have their own characteristics. And we have the houses in the school too, which the students have to, I guess, be chosen into these houses on the first day, which is pretty interesting. I think in the USA there isn't a house system, but in Hong Kong there is, and how I was chosen into the orange house out of red, orange, yellow, and green was completely random. And we were chosen before the first day of school. We were chosen in the application days before school even starts. So that's pretty funny. But in Harry Potter, they have this house hat, and this hat goes, mmm, you are intelligent, Ravenclaw, or you are a total idiot, Hufflepuff, the completely useless house that doesn't do anything. We have the Slytherin house, which is supposed to be the evil house, the house where all the bad guys are in. We got this character Draco Malfoy, played by Tom Felton, and he's a total douchebag, and he always bullies people. You know, school bullies, pretty typical. And Harry Potter and Hermione and Ron, they all went into Gryffindor, the good house. So there's that. And there are so many other things about, the world of Harry Potter that I haven't even touched upon. We have all sorts of potions, creatures, brooms, spells, wands, different locations and different characters. We got paintings that are moving. We got ghosts. We got different types of wand made with different cores and different texture. Brooms like, oh, look, that's the new Nexus 3000. And we got dragons like, oh, that's the Norwegian Ridgeback. Like there, the world is so vast, and only someone with insane creativity could create such a grand and detailed magical world. Also, wizards and witches riding on brooms is so stereotypical, but J.K. Rowling sort of capitalizes on that and be like, yeah, it's real. It's riding on brooms, flying around. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. But the way it's executed in the story is so realistic. It's like, yeah, I buy it. Also, the whole abacadabra thing, which is a magical spell that everyone says, and um, in the Harry Potter world, it's the spell of death. It's the ultimate cursed spell. And that is why every muggle is saying it, because they only know this ultimate spell because it's that bad and that infamous. And I just love how J.K. Rowling turned this abacadabra thing into a very evil thing. And yeah, honestly, I love this movie a lot. Even though there are slow scenes in this movie, I am still invested in the characters, the locations, all the bits and pieces of information being given to us, being fed to us. They're actually really interesting. Even the slow scenes are interesting. The score by John Williams is fantastic. The that's great, but I also really love the like John Williams is a master of movie scores, and the movie score for this is very operatic, very theatrical, and it just fits the tone really well, in my opinion. I guess I also really, really like the casting choice in this movie. I think the child acting, they aren't really that great, but their acting improves as the movie franchise sort of moves on. The casting for Alan Rickman for Severus Snape is amazing. I don't know anyone else who can play Severus Snape better than Alan Rickman. He's just iconic. He gave so much life to the character, so much depth, so much layer. And apparently they wanted Tim Roth to play Severus Snape. And I think Alan Rickman being chosen to play Severus Snape is the right choice. Also Ray Fiennes, but he doesn't really show up in this movie. And also Maggie Smith as McGonagall, of course. And I think John Hurt for Ollivander is also a really good choice. He's John Hurt, right? I just think it's a really good choice. And Hagrid's character, Robbie Coltrane, I think, he's great as well. And yes, the CGI isn't the best thing in the world, but this movie is made in 2001, so of course the CGI is dated. It's 19 years ago. Come on, the mountain troll is not very believable, very, very fake, but again, it's from 2001. What else do you expect? And I guess a thing that I really love about the franchise overall is that the tone of these movies, they change. Like at first, it's very the characters, they're innocent, they're bright, and we as the audience are innocent and bright, and we learn all these magical stuff, and we are always interested, and we're like, oh, that's really cool, oh, that's really cool. And the whole tone, the lighting, the cinematography of the movie, in fact, gives off this bright young tone. But as the movie franchise moves on, we get more adult things happening, uh, more violence, more gore. The world, the lighting becomes dimmer, cloudier, scarier, and I just really love that. It's like growing up with these characters when they enter the Hogwarts school, the secondary school. At first, they are probably 12 years old, 13 years old, and we are at that mentality, at that 12-year-old, 13-year-old mentality as we go into this movie. But when we go out, we're like 17, 18, and everything's just darker, more mature, more adult. And that's just really, really cool. And yes, the way this movie is adapted, they had to squish an entire book into 2.5 hours. And it's not terribly adapted. I think a lot of the key scenes are in the movie. Of course, the character of Peeve is not included. A lot of Draco Malfoy scenes are not included, unfortunately. But again, they have to squeeze an entire school year into 2.5 hours. What more can you expect? It's not like 3 hours. It's not Lord of the Rings, okay? But still, I love this movie a lot. I think it's solid. I go back to this movie for the nostalgia, and yeah, I just love the world building. I love the books as well. I know that J.K. Rowling's writing skills didn't go north continuously after the Harry Potter franchise. Uh, but still, still, I am saying that this movie is totally worth watching. And me, as a kid born in the 2000s, I grew up with this movie franchise, and I'm just gonna give it a decent 8 out of 10. Yay! So, have you seen Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's or Philosopher's Stone? From 1 to 10, how much did you rate it? Like if you like it, and subscribe if you want more. And thanks for watching.